What's up, cutie? You wanna go for a ride?
Don't you see I'm with my boyfriend?
I'm talking about you. When the bike pulls up, even the boyfriends aren't safe.
What is the capital of the United States of America?
The capital? Springfield.
Wait. What is
See? Should have had a Superman shirt on. Safe Tedrick Dorwayne Gates, University of Miami. Go Canes.
Tell your wife that if these tariffs end up causing an economic downturn, she'll need to learn to be happy with just one Amazon order per month. Tell her that if you can get excited about the same box over and over, then so can she. Tell her that her stuff ain't even Prime.
Well, that's a good way to get killed.
Cheesecake. Apple pie. Chocolate chip cookies. Brownies. Ice cream sundae. S'mores. Banana split. Pumpkin pie. Red velvet cake. Carrot cake. Cobbler? Peach cobbler. Strawberry shortcake. Cake? Layered cake? Boston cream pie?
What, guys? Why did this chick have me laughing hella time off of this shit right here?
Someone in the comments says that you're worth $350 million.
Not exactly that one, but yeah.
Well, in case you thought Cash wasn't a good bait, looks like he caught a few.
Fellas, we are under attack. This is spiritual warfare. Look at how the devil moves, carnal. Puro pinche deception. The devil is a liar, pinche vieja diabla. You vatos have succumbed to this. You're falling in love with surgeries and filtros, carnal. And AI is on the way. AI is going to make it to where the viejas can walk around with a permanent filtro. And here you are, todo pendejo. Falling in love with.
Damn, that shit's a crime. It's been going on for several years now. It's like, I've tried to go find me a 9 or a 10. You cannot find them. They're filtered up. And some more.
Look, man, you're not depressed, all right? You're just undisciplined. You don't need another therapist. You need a routine. You don't need pills. You need purpose. And you feel low because you've abandoned the man that you were meant to be. You wake up with no urgency, no plan, no structure, and you wonder why life feels heavy. It's not chemical, it's consequences. And the weight that you feel is the weight of wasted potential. Now, you used to be sharper, right? You used to be more locked in. You were a leader. But now you're just scattered, distracted, and soft. And every day you wake up knowing that you're capable of more, but you keep choosing comfort over control. Here's the truth. Discipline is the cure. Structure builds confidence, and purpose kills the pity. And when you start waking up with intention, and you honor your commitments, and move your body daily, all of that fog is going to lift. You don't need to be saved. You need to decide. Decide that the man you are now is no longer welcome in the future. Build the habits, cut the excuses, and show up anyway. You're not broken, you're just undisciplined, right? And this is the thing, discipline is free if you're man enough to earn it.
Discipline is absolutely key, fellas. The truth is, it's the biggest gift you can give yourself. It's delayed gratification. It's, doing something you don't want to do right now for something way bigger reward later on. In addition to that, it's important to be honest with yourself, and I think that's what he's describing throughout the entire thing. You got to really look deep and be honest with yourself to get to the point where you can make the changes that need to take place. Hey guys, if you're looking for the wildest police videos YouTube has to offer, you gotta pay us a visit over here at FreezePOV.
Oh, cool.
Yes, red or black?
Is this the gambling helpline?
I know I need help. Red or black?
Okay, go all in on red.
All in on red? All right. Yes! He was right.
So I just learned this hack, okay? It might be for children, but regardless. So you cut it in half, right? Then you push it up, and they're in perfect little bites without the strings. So that's the worst part, you know? Look, let me just show you. Perfect little bites. Life hack.
I fucked 7 bitches.
I went on a date.
In your 20s, you have to realize that literally nothing matters. Let's say you quit your job that you hate to go start a business and it fails miserably. The worst possible scenario is you move back in with your parents, a couple friends make fun of you, and you're back to square one working another job that you hate. What did you lose by trying this? Literally nothing. Oh, I'm scared of what my friends are going to think. What if they judge me or make fun of me? Nobody else's opinion besides yours matters, and if someone judges you, that's your friend. They're not your fucking friend. I have a friend in Tampa who has a YouTube channel with like 5 million subscribers. He does really well for himself, and he told me that when he first started his channel in high school, everyone made fun of him. But instead of quitting, he kept posting and posting and posting until one day his video got like 10 million views and his channel went from 0 to 100K subs overnight. He said the next day when he went into school, every single person that was picking on him was like, yo, dude, you're crushing it. How do I get involved with your YouTube channel? I want to help out. People will only judge you for something until it works. So if you want to quit the job that you already hate, but you're scared of judgment from your friends or family, what the fuck does it matter? Or better yet, you don't want to quit your job because it's good money and you're afraid that you won't be able to find a new one. Newsflash again, there's literally 1 million different jobs out there you can apply for. I promise you can find a new one. When I started my business in college, it made $0 for 2 years, and my parents were like, dude, when are you going to go find an internship, get a job, you got to get your shit together. If I actually listened to my parents' advice, I'd probably still be living at home making $60K a year working at a job that I hate. Once again, if you want to pursue something, a business, building a personal brand, going viral, becoming an influencer, whatever the fuck it is, just do it, no matter what your parents say, no matter what your friends say. Because guess what? They're only going to judge you until it works.
Take that leap. It's either going to be one hell of an experience or a really, really great time.
Hey, y'all, come check this shit out. Look at that, boy.
You were all over the media recently for criticizing females' big eyelashes.
Listen, I know white women wear them. I know Hispanic women wear them. But if we being honest, who's the franchise? This shit looks ridiculous. No man has ever said, yo, you know what would make her look hotter? Pterodactyl wings on the face, nigga.
Man, I swear, guys, these women, if they, use their brain as hard as they can, they never come up with logical things. They always side with the complete opposite of what we'd want or the way the world would work, I guess. I'm at a loss for words.
Why I wake up at 5 a.m. and I run every morning isn't because I'm a marathon runner or because I'm some kind of triathlete. It's because I fucking hate running, man, and I hate getting up early even more. So I'm starting today by building a non-negotiable standard for myself, which I've come to realize is the only way we can ever grow and improve. When people say no one's coming to save you, they're not talking about how no one's coming to help you reach your goals. They're talking about how no one's coming to save you from yourself. Because without standards, man, we always lose direction and we always fall back to our lowest automatic systems. Binging, procrastinating, clinging to comfort, and the fucking worst one of all, dude, lacking a desire to change because it's just too difficult and discomfort is so distasteful these days. So when I'm out here in the morning, it's not about mileage, it's not about pace, not really. It's about creating a rhythm and creating a standard and a certainty in a world of uncertainty for how I want to see myself throughout the day. And now I have this new energy that I'll bring to everything else I do, knowing that I said yes to getting just a little.
How are you a Christian, bro? You know, perverse
Well, I mean,
speech is actually
you've had,
a
like,
sin.
50 dicks. No, never lecture me about anything. Ever. Never, ever.
The stages of when body count matters to a man. When he is young or otherwise starved for sex, body count doesn't matter at all. Not at all. As a man starts to have more success with women, he'll go in one of two directions. There's a third religious direction, but that gets its own post. Guy number one, he still doesn't care about body count, but will learn to be choosier based mainly on looks and the potential for actual insanity. Guy number two, though, he will be busy trying to improve his life and comes to realize that promiscuous women are an obstacle. Yes, there are guys, mostly on social media, making money and all of that, still banging the low-hanging fruit, but they're outliers. A majority of men really doing something with their lives don't have time for the amount of crazy that the promiscuous woman brings. Even if he's not marriage-minded, he starts looking for better women.
I like listening to this guy. He's an interesting voice of reason, but to tell you the truth, this is exactly what happened to me. I used to hook up with chicks that were crazy, and well, it was pretty fun, pretty time-consuming, but I was having a wild time. But now that I'm in the position I'm in now, you couldn't get one of those chicks in my house. They're repulsive. It would really derail everything I got going. You got to look out for yourself when you get to the right spots. All right, y'all, let's see what I got for you today. I want to take a second to talk about integrity. These days, there's a weird thing going on with the men. It seems like they've gotten really weak. And, sometimes as a business owner, I have to tell people that they didn't do such a good job. And a lot of times grown men, rather than saying, you're right, would rather put on this show like, sorry, there's hella trucks driving by right here. They want to put on a show like, oh no, it isn't what you see. It was not a bad job. It's just your observation's terrible or something like that. Essentially, I had a guy, I wanted to do the oil pickup tube O-ring on a 6.0 Chevy. So I had a guy come over here and do the job because I make way more money doing wood. And when I went under there to check on it, he was missing a pan bolt. The thing's leaking oil now. He essentially told me that he takes a little more time and I pay for that because he does a really good job. So, I went under there and touched every bolt I could, and some of them were like, I could get a quarter turn, half turn out of the oil pan bolt, One of them was like 3 threads out. So I told the guy, like, it's not a very good job. Like, where's the bolt? Like, what are we going to do? And he doesn't go on the internet and figure out if it's the long bolt or the short bolt. He don't really do nothing. He don't order the bolt. So then I see him at the yard over here, and I tell him, like, hey, bro, what's up with this shit? And he's like, oh, I think it's leaking because this O-ring in the back. He's like making up a whole ass story, you guys. I actually have pictures of the whole thing. There's no O-ring in the back. He's like almost trying to get out of it. So I told him, all right, bro, I guess you got no integrity. Like, you ain't much of a man, huh? I'm going to have to go under my own truck and stop this oil leak myself after I already paid you. And he tried to get all huffy and puffy and, like, get in my face. I literally told this guy, you want to fight, bro? Like, I'll whoop your fucking ass, dude. And he was like, no. But then, like, as I continue to tell him, like, I told him literally, if I worked on he's trying to say, how do we know the oil pan bolt wasn't missing? It's like, guys, if you're a mechanic and you're missing an oil pan bolt, you got to put it in. You can't send the car home. You got to tell the customer there's a bolt missing. Find the bolt. Leaving the bolt out isn't even an option. So, because then the only way I'm going to find out is if I go under my own truck, but I always check on everybody's shit. So this is shady as fuck. So I tell him flat out, like, who would leave a pan bolt out? If you paid me to do your oil pan and you're missing a bolt, I would tell you, I'd fix it. I wouldn't send you home without one. This is insane. So he's all yelling at me because I'm mad about the fact that he has poor integrity and the whole thing looks like shit. So he's screaming at me because they can't deal with the fact that they got no integrity. They can't deal with the fact that someone's going to tell them the truth. See, these weak ass people, if you tell them the truth, they lose their lid. And quite the contrary, if you tell a strong man a lie, we don't appreciate it. We really don't like it. So, at the end of the day, I told him, bro, I gave you work. You needed work. I could have took it to any shop. He's like, I did you a favor. It's like everything flips when it turns into accountability and responsibility. And this individual is like 50 years old. So it's kind of across the range. It's kind of weird to me. No one's a real man. If I sent you your car and you found out there was an oil pan bolt missing and it was leaking oil, I ain't telling you no stories. I'm going to fix it. So, you know, at the end of the day, the shit's ridiculous because so many men these days, if you tell them how they fucked up, what's wrong, and all this stuff, they're so committed to being dishonest with themselves, which leads to them never fixing the problem, that they will fight you tooth and nail, scream at you, and all this stuff instead of looking in themselves and saying, what if someone did this to me? I wouldn't appreciate it. And I'm calm and collected, but if you're going to start trying to yell in my face, like, I will knock your teeth out if you want. So it could get worse for you if you want. These people are, like, literally out of their damn mind. So, you know, the more I mind my own business, the better it gets. I'll change my own oil pan next time, but if you're the type of person that acts like this, you should really think about it. All right, guys, I always appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.